Hello, everybody, and welcome to tonight's California EDD Q&A Employment Live with Shelly's Millions. I have a bunch to say, but let me read Prince Ali's question first. PUA was very useful, and I'm glad they just paid everyone quickly instead of waiting for months to verify people and then pay. I think the order they're doing it now is right. People needed the money. I agree with you 100%. I think a lot of people are frustrated that they're being asked to upload documents now. They're like, why didn't the EDD already have us do this when we signed up for benefits? And really, the reason is because, hi, Mel, I did not have a chance to look at your affidavit a little bit more. I do know it's missing a couple things, so hang on. But yeah, people are frustrated that they need to upload proof of work now. But the alternative would have been that when you signed up for PUA, because the program is new and the EDD was really short staffed, even more so than they are now when everything first started, they wouldn't have been able to pay us. Like, imagine them taking the time to verify it. Imagine getting on the phone with a rep, spending all that time and having them say, like, that you needed to wait 6 months to get paid. Okay, so Mel sent. I don't normally do this, but I've had a little. I haven't been making as many YouTube videos, so Mel sent me. I don't normally respond to like custom things on Instagram because I'm pretty busy, but Mel messaged me. I'm gonna not read the whole thing yet. Okay. Okay, so Mel, probably just the dates they asked for. It's looking like you're saying, so they want something between 1/1 of 2020 and 5/9 of 2021. So it does need to be, I don't think it needs to be anything from 2019. I think just the dates that they asked for is, no, I don't think, Debbie, I started early. I've only been on for 2 minutes. I just jumped right into it though. Okay, so anyway, the very first thing on the affidavit, you want to change that. So you want to tell the EDD what it is, even though they should know. So you want to title it Affidavit of Proof of Work or Affidavit of Proof of Self-Employment. Either one of those things should be like literally the very first sentence. And then right under that, Affidavit of Shelly's Millions, but you'll change Shelly's Millions to what you need to change it to. And then in the statement of identity, so what you started off as the first paragraph to me, so in that statement of identity, it should say, so it should have like you kind of started with step 3. So step 2 is craft a statement of identity. My name is Shelly's Millions. I am 44 and I reside at Millionaires Lane in Los Angeles, California. So that that should be like the second kind of paragraph, needs to say the person's name, the age. At least this was in the example that I found. So the name, the person's age, and where they reside, because you want to establish right away that they are in California. Then so you kind of started at step 3. So that first part is good. And then step 4, state the facts. That seems good. That seems perfect, actually. Yes, that seems perfect for stating the facts. Step 5 is good, and you have signed it. So that's good. Just add those 2 things at the top. That it's an affidavit of proof of self-employment, I think is going to be your case. This is my pickle notebook. I'm dressed very professionally right now. My Boss Babe sweatshirt. So you want to make sure that even though it's like they should be able to tell it's an affidavit. Also, make sure to have the date in there. So the date that you're sending it, just like you would like a regular work letter, you want to make sure to have the date. And so very first things that you want to have are affidavit of proof of work or proof of self-employment, affidavit of Shelly's Millions, but you'll change the name. Then craft a statement, like basically saying who you are, your age, and where you live. So those are the two things that are missing, and the rest looks good to me. Yeah, and then try not to worry because the rest of it looked great. Okay. I hope that answers your question, and I'm sorry that I didn't get to it earlier. I had an office day at work today. My boss is out of town, and I thought I wore like bummy clothes. I went to the gym this morning. You guys know I'm trying to lose a little bit of weight. I'm trying to lose a lot of weight. But I went to the gym and then I went straight from the gym to work, and straight from work. I thought I was going to get home early, get gussied up for you guys, but didn't work out. I left at 8 and here we are at 9. Anywho, okay, so James says, I was on PUA and I submitted my earnings from bank statements and proof of deposits all highlighted. It took forever. Is this good enough? It should be good enough. But we're seeing even some people who have sent in tax forms get paperwork back that says that, well, okay, sorry, they're not getting paperwork back yet. The people who they're going to want to follow up with, what those people are seeing is that their 2021 payments have switched to disqualified, which you don't want. Because if you see your 2021 payments switch to disqualified, that's going to mean that the EDD is probably going to be asking you for more information and that they've at least temporarily disqualified your payments. Guys, to all of you listening, if you see it switch to disqualified, I don't want you to miss your date to return your appeal form, but I do want you guys to call the EDD first, because a tier 2 rep might actually be able to reverse the disqualification. So James, in your case, the highlighted bank deposits and bank statements should be good enough. And it doesn't necessarily need to be all of them, right? They said just kind of like a sample, but I would also kind of I would just do the affidavit, right? Let's go over real quick again, since I have my pickle notebook with how to do an affidavit handy. So step 1 to the affidavit is to title it. So affidavit of proof of work, affidavit of your name, Shelly's Millions, craft a statement of identity. So my name is Shelly's Millions. I'm 44. I reside at Millionaires Lane in Los Angeles, California. I don't reside at Millionaires Lane. I don't know if there is a Millionaires Lane. That would be cool. Anyway, but craft a statement of identity. So you're repeating a lot of the same things in this, quite honestly. Then write a statement of truth. I, Shelly's Millions, swear this information is truthful to the best of my knowledge. Step 4, state the facts. Keep it really, really simple. In this example that I wrote probably for the video I was filming, it just says, I had an offer to begin employment on February 2nd of 2020. Do try and put specific dates if you have them at Domino's, but the location closed due to the pandemic, and I was unable to begin work. That's it. That's all you have to do for stating the facts. I had an offer to start work, the date you were going to start work, if you have a date you were going to start work, where you were going to start work, why you were able to begin that work. They closed due to the pandemic permanently. Can't reach manager, locations closed. 5, reiterate your statement of truth. Once again, I, Shelly's Millions, swear that this information is true and correct. And then step 6, sign it. And in the latest EDD news release, even though the information for how to write an affidavit online says to notarize it, the EDD's news release specifically says that you do not need to get that notarized. If you do want to get it notarized, my contact told me that it wouldn't hurt. And my friend who popped in on one of the chats the other day said that oftentimes your bank will I can't speak tonight, notarize something for free for you. So you might want to try that. Hello, Maribel. Hi, Mel. Sorry, I didn't mean to make you stress more. Thank you for waiting. I'm so sorry about that. Okay, Alec, and you guys should all follow me on Instagram because I'm going to be doing a giveaway for Jenny Silver's book, which of course I've got linked up top. Guys, this is unfortunate. Claimer, I've got them linked up at top too because it's still hard to get through to the EDD. If you use that link, it's a referral link. I do get affiliate commission from that, but it saves you $5 off of using their service. It makes the call $14.99 to call the EDD, and they guarantee that you get through. You get like 10 callbacks if you're within 48 hours if the call is dropped. And they now also call the IRS, which is pretty amazing. It's funny because you guys know I was thinking about working officially for Claimer. And then I was like, well, guys, I'm not quite sure about your business model after the pandemic. And I was like, you should call the IRS for people. And they were like, no, Shelly, the EDD wasn't answering a lot of calls even before the pandemic. We're just going to do unemployment. And I was like, well, I can't get behind that because I don't see the numbers working. I don't see their business plan working. But now that they're calling the IRS, I probably should have started working with Claimer. But I don't officially. I do. I have talked with Thomas, their CEO. I do think he's a good guy. I snuck up on his old tweets to try and see if he really was a good guy or not. And I actually think he was, and he was legitimately unemployed, and he was just frustrated with the whole experience and had the knowledge, or the friends who had the knowledge to make an app, or I don't know exactly. It's not an app, but could make it so that there was a dialing service to get us through. Alex, question about taxes. Can my stilettos be a tax write-off? And my other stuff like dresses and whatnot, it was related to my drag work. Okay, so I'm not a tax professional. Usually clothes are not a write-off, but because normally, even if I buy a blazer, even if I buy a dress for a wedding, usually, they know that maybe not your wedding dress, but your wedding dress, unless it was for a photo shoot, would be for your wedding. But anyway, even a bridesmaid's dress these days, most brides choose bridesmaids dresses that their bridesmaids can wear again. So the IRS, they know that that's some tall tales. Same with let's say you were an exotic dancer. Well, not the same, but that would be different. But I would think that if you were an exotic dancer, that your shoes and your outfits and things like that would be a tax write-off. So I would think that that's similar, that you're buying it specifically for that purpose of doing a drag show, or hosting a work event in drag. So I would think you could, but again, I'm not a tax professional, so I don't know, and I don't want to give you bad advice. So yeah, that might be a question that you could ask the TurboTax chat when it comes up. Just say, hey, this was my line of work with clothes purchased for work. It's supposed to just be for work. You're not supposed to use it for anything else. So if you're out at the club and you're wearing it there, then it's not supposed to be a tax write-off. But if it's just for work, then it's my understanding that it is. But is the IRS going to flag you for trying to write off clothes? That's, another concern that, I could try and write this off, and I've used it mostly for business. It's sitting here on my work desk and I pop it out and just to be like, oh, I'm using it for business. But is that going to cause them to flag my account? And is this $14.99 deduction going to be worth the risk on getting audited? That's what you got to also kind of consider. There's a lot of things to consider when you're doing taxes. Oh, it's my boss, and I'm going to have to decline that. Sorry, guys. I'll call her later. Hopefully she's got good news. They're trying to find out if we can be closed on Christmas and New Year's Eve. There's 54 of you in here. You guys should like the video. Well, only if you do. I have something in my teeth. You guys don't like that. Dislike that. Okay. So, Infamous LA got my verification of proper documents today, dated December 10th, and that's a load off. Guys, I wanted to share another comment with you. I am getting more reports of people getting the very simple letter that says that their documents meet the requirements. And it's literally this one-page thing. Where is it? Oh, not ones. I think I responded. I wanted to let you know I got the letter stating that my documents was approved and met the requirements. This person submitted a W-2 from 2019. It took 4 weeks and 2 days to get their notice in the mail, and they submitted the very first night they got the email. They called the EDD last week because they were worried that they hadn't gotten anything in the mail. The lady was kind and told her everything looked good and to just wait for the letter in the mail. Best of luck to everyone, and thanks for the videos. Shelly's millions to the moon. So that was a super sweet message. Thank you. Shout out Marissa for sharing that. So Marissa sent a W-2 and did get the information that it met the requirements. Okay. Joel, I was able to save a lot of the money from unemployment post and the stimulus checks. I'm saving as much as I can though, because the future is still uncertain. Guys, I'm very glad about that. I literally I know that this is salesy, right? And I don't know how to share this, that I'm excited. Oh, this is how the little lottery thing works. They already did this, but so each night it pulls a number. Let's see if any of them mine matched. Oh, it did. It's the one that my Graham Stephan mentorship. Anyway, I'm going to show you guys how much I've won over time. I've won over now $300. Okay. And I've got less than, hope I'm not showing you guys all my stuff. I've got less than $10,000 in there. I'm saving that for taxes. Yeah. And that's over 300 and that's like $360 roughly that I've gotten. It's been over a year now that I've been with Yada Bank. That's why I always link them. No other bank. So I win $3.20 maybe a week, but over time, that adds up. So each week it's not ooh, big whoop. Somebody won 10 grand last week. And 2 weeks ago, somebody won a Tesla. I've won $360. Better than any bank though. So I always link that in the description down below. Did I link it in the chat today? I don't know. Save some of it in Yada Bank. Why not? Maybe you'll win some money. I did have one of my viewers tell me they won $100. Just if you're saving it anyway, might as well get the best rate of return for your money. They don't have any physical locations though. So when you need to transfer money back to your bank, it takes about 3 to 4 business days. Okay, back to your questions. Debbie, I didn't start early. Glitter. Was it by mail or inbox? Asking about that their documents got verified. So that letter is generally coming by actual mail from what I've seen. Ben, if they asked for this verification when PUA started, we wouldn't be seeing any money until now. It would have taken ages. Yeah, I agree with that. I know that this is a pain now. I know that I cannot believe that it's almost 2 years later at this point that we're still talking about the EDD and unemployment. That's crazy to me. I just want to talk about my pickle notebook and show you guys do a house tour and talk about Yada Savings Bank and talk about NFTs and Shiba Inu and get your 2 free stocks with Webull. That's what I want to be doing. I hope you guys will be into that when I do. But I'm happy to still be sharing unemployment information with you guys. I just cannot believe that it's still needed this far into things. It's crazy. Yeah. I'm quick on the camera tonight. I was ready. I was sitting here and kind of ready. BDN, provide documents to prove that you were or plan to be self-employed or employed at some point between 1/1/2019 and 4/19 of 2020. I lost my place. Yeah, so just send something during that time period. You could send your 2019 taxes would be fine. You could send a business plan. I am going to go ahead and do a video on that. I found some very long examples, but I also found some really short one-page examples, and that's what I'll be doing. Of course, your business plan should have already been complete prior to you filing your unemployment, but you guys asked for it, and I will get that out this week. I promise. I don't know when this week, but this week. Okay. Oh, okay. All right, Mel. Good job. Yeah, I don't need your address. So I'm glad to know that you got that part. And you got the part about the affidavit of proof of work and affidavit with your name, your friend's name, right? Okay. Glad. Okay. Verna just submitted mine. I'm kind of scared. Still haven't heard anything yet. Guys, try not to be scared, right? I'm the worst about this myself. Worrying is not going to help anything. It's not going to solve anything. Once you send it, it's kind of out of your hands. Even if and I got to make clear too, that there's no guarantee that the EDD will accept just an affidavit. They're really looking for backup documentation, emails about canceled concerts that are in that date range. If you were going to go on tour, or if you were a hairstylist or a costume designer or a drag queen, if you have a flyer from a date that got canceled, if you have an email from the club you were going to perform at that got canceled, if you sewed costumes and the group of teenage ballerinas who you were going to sew their costumes for if any of their traveling tour dates got canceled, any emails like that would help back it up. Purchases for the business, bank statements, like somebody said, that in combination with the affidavit is going to be better. Just the affidavit, they may have some follow-up questions for you, but just take it one step at a time and be truthful. I did work today. Yeah, California is going statewide max mandate beginning Wednesday. I haven't really seen much in Los Angeles County change in terms of the the mask mandate. Quite honestly, you're still going to be allowed to eat at an indoor restaurant, but you still need proof of vaccination, at least in LA County. Grocery stores, you have to wear like everywhere that I go, I think you're still supposed to wear masks indoors anyway. And they're still going to allow it for eating and drinking. So I don't really know what's changing. I guess maybe in like other counties and things, maybe they are like shopping with no masks on and things. I don't know. Even in Florida, right? And I was in Palm Beach, Florida. Everybody like went grocery shopping with their masks on. Until they were seated, they were wearing a mask. Like it, even in Florida, because I feel like in California, you hear like, oh my God, in Florida, they don't want to do all this stuff. Like everybody there was doing what we're doing. And that's still mainly wearing masks indoors. Guys, I have on a tan color. I feel like this is really important to me. I'm on a tan color shirt, which is making me look like I have even extra chins today. This is a shirt. It's not a fifth chin. I just would like you all to know that. Back to your unemployment questions. You guys know the Monday chats are always a little loopy, like the video to boost my confidence. I don't know. Anyway, oh, your friend found receipts. That is even better. DZ, my PEUC claim was disqualified in May because EDD said my wages in 2020 were earned in Arizona. I recently sent documents, W-2 form, and check stubs showing my wages were in California. DZ, I linked that. It's not the very top pinned comment. I'm gonna drop that again. You are gonna reach out to your assembly member, and they are gonna help you. You're gonna tell them. This will say it's not a secure website, but it is. Or all you're doing anyway is putting in your zip code. You're not giving them any like incriminating information. Put in your zip code, even though it says it's not a secure website. Find out who your rep is and email their office and have them help you with your unemployment claim. They have really been saints and superheroes throughout all of this. And then like they should be able to take it over from there. And I'm so sorry that happened. Okay, I'm going to live on Millionaire Lane. But what if it's not a nice neighborhood? I love my neighborhood. I don't need to live on Millionaire Lane because Millionaire Lane probably has big houses and I don't want to clean a big house. DZ, they said that I still didn't qualify because all my wages were in Arizona. The most frustrating bleep I've ever been through. Assembly member I contacted said that there wasn't anything they could do. That does not sound right. And you knew I was going to say that. Okay. Please, even though she's not your assembly member and even though she's legit battling cancer, try emailing Lorena Gonzalez, email or call her assembly member office. Just say, my assembly member wasn't able to help me, but I'm really hoping that you can. And do it in email so that you have it in writing, because that doesn't sound right that your assembly member won't help you. And make sure not to vote for them next term. PUA is not returning. So there's a couple of things that are going on. There's PUA reassessment. So if you were denied some weeks of PUA, for example, normally you can't collect unemployment if you quit your job. But during the pandemic, you would have qualified for PUA if you quit your job because there were unsafe working conditions and that your employer wasn't following. So if you were denied weeks because you quit like for a legitimate reason, like that your employer wasn't keeping you safe and you told the truth to the EDD that you quit instead of like being let go and they denied you weeks, that's really bothering me. Then there's a reassessment, okay? Then, and I haven't heard where we're at with this, they're looking at, in general, making unemployment benefits being available to people who are self-employed, not just people who work traditional W-2 jobs in the future. They're kind of looking at overhauling nationwide unemployment benefits, and that's one of the things that they were talking about adding permanently. But I don't know where we're at with that. I haven't heard anything about that recently, and it wouldn't be like you're just eligible now after not being eligible. Again, even if they did make it so that they were available ongoing for the self-employed, like you would need attachment to the workforce, the self-employed workforce. It's like a helicopter outside my house. I still love my neighborhood, but I live a little bit ghetto. Wouldn't have it any other way. So you would still need enough attachment to the self-employment workforce and to earn enough qualifying wages, even if they kind of bring it back. Kango Bentity. So sorry. You have been told over the phone when you spoke to a tier 2 rep that my document was approved, but you just received the denial letter. Do you know why this happened? I don't. I would call again, ask for another tier 2 rep, and in that conversation, mention that the first rep told you that your documents were good. Make sure, and I hate to tell you to call the EDD again, make sure to ask what else they need in order to substantiate your claim. I'm so sorry about that. And then if they're not able to like reverse the decision right there with you on the phone, please follow the process to appeal that decision. Glitter Steffi, I asked for a status update for the documents I sent for proof of employment, and they sent me a notice of FedEd extension benefits is not allowed on my regular claim date. I'm confused. I'm confused too. That sounds like that letter just crossed in the mail and that they've just sent you a really old, outdated piece of information. And I'm not sure why they sent that to you at this point. So my guess would be that there's another piece of mail on the way. Vanessa, thank you for your help. You're welcome. You just got your letter from EDD approving your document. You sent it on November 20th and just got notice from them. So happy I don't have to send nothing else. I'm happy for you as well. I know that the next question from my viewers, if you're still in here, your comment is from 9/11. It's 9/27, but I know they're going to want to know what documents you sent in. You want to write a book called You Make Me Feel Like a Natural Woman? Well, get on it, Alex. That's going to, and I cannot wait for her to make the dang video about her writing that book. All right, Divine, go ahead and put in your question. Ready for the world. If you can use your clothes in real life or not work unique, you cannot write it off. Big red flag. Yes. And yep, Debbie, I'm getting my little green guy. Can I write a percentage of my little green guy off on taxes, even though like he's just cute and cuddly? Anyway, James, you think I'm awesome. I don't want to run for governor. Also, they work crazy hours. Plus, like Meet Kevin's running for governor. You guys, and I was kind of into it, and now I'm not into his like. It's so funny because I have tattoos, I have piercings. I have piercings, guys. I take them out, but anyway. And I love colored hair. One of my favorite pictures of me is when I have green. I have green hair. But I don't know if I love that for a politician. It makes me feel like I can't take him seriously. But like maybe that's a sign that I am getting old. um, that I'm starting to feel like that. Let's see here. Ba, 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 ba. I was trying to figure out. I should save a picture of me with my green hair to my favorites so you guys can see that. Oh, thank you, Boss Babe. It's a Paris Hilton sweater. Talk about frivolous, unnecessary money. Yes. Am I doing a special event on Christmas Eve or Christmas Day? So I usually work both of those days. I don't want my viewers to be alone, but I also need to manage my family time with my viewer time. You guys are my extended family. So I haven't decided how I'm going to balance that yet. But I'm going to try and work something out, but I don't know what yet. William, got your disqualification letter. You'll appeal it with more documents. Yes, disqualified payments are only for the 2021 payments. So far, that's what we're seeing is that it's just the 2021 payments. However, I want to caution you guys. So this kind of law asking for the documentation was specific to after December 27th. However, if they find something in that would make the whole claim invalid, they could later disqualify the other payments as well. Eek. Okay, Ben. Shoot, I lost my place. Hi, Andy. I see you in here. I'm scrolling back up because I lost my place. This is a good time for you guys to like the video. Shoot, I'm behind. No, I'm not that far behind. I really lost my place. Okay. Sorry guys, I've really lost my place. Ben says, "All wins in a nice black Mercedes." I don't want a Mercedes. Okay, Mercedes are not good on gas. I would love a little Tesla. Um, in Donovan, are disqualified payments only? Oh, yeah, that's where we left off. Okay. Melissa says, "Do I happen to know if you get your disqualified payments granted, will I still receive the $300 payments that were included? My unemployment was disqualified in December 2020. They're supposed to, yes. And so I am rooting for you that you get those payments switched to qualified. I'm sorry that you're going through that. Okay. So it's only 21 payments because this specific piece of legislature that was in the one of the bills requires the proof from after December 27th. So the first payment after that, those would all be payments in 2021. However, I do want to caution you guys that although right now it's just the 2021 payments switching to disqualified, that this could cause the EDD to recognize something that then could in the future cause the rest of the claim to go disqualified as well. Bo, I got a phone interview with EDD and they told me to report my caregiving wages to get my claim money. Yes, that is good advice. And I hope that you get your money soon. Okay, Nora, I've been calling and busy and I've not gotten paid since September, 2 months waiting for unemployment. So almost everything ended in September. So that might be why you didn't get anything after that. And I'm smiling next. I'm not smiling because you didn't get paid. I'm smiling because I'm reading Denise's comment asking me if I got a YouTube plaque yet. No, YouTube plaque comes at 100,000 subscribers. So I'm quite a ways away, but you know who's not that far away is Jenny Silver. She is climbing up there. Wouldn't it be amazing, you guys, if we could get her over 100,000 by the end of the year? That would be amazing. Hi, Andy. Everywhere in LA makes you wear a mask. Correct. I've got Andy and Scotty in here. I love it. Been working 3 jobs, Scotty. What happened? I thought you were a manager at Chuck E. Cheese. What is going on? What are your other 2 jobs? Let us know. Okay, Nora, where can I go or call for my unemployment? I keep calling, but no answer. I keep waiting for payment. So Nora, again, your best bet is going to be to email your assembly member to find out what's going on with that. Should I? And I just dropped the link in the chat, like not too far, like 2 questions above yours. So that is what I would do with them. Maria, what documents did the people that get disqualified turn in? I'm getting nervous. Yeah, to those of you that got disqualified, what did you send in? I know that I had one of my viewers say that they were seeing it be disqualified and they sent in, I want to say it was like just a business license. But even if you send in bank statements or business license or something that's on the list of approved documents, I would still include pretty much the affidavit, like explaining to them, but really simple, keep it short and sweet, why you're sending what you're sending. So that explain it like they're 5, right? Make it as easy as possible for them. So again, like even though my notes on how to write an affidavit are handwritten, when you write your affidavit, write it on the notes app on your phone and take care of it. Like send it in typewritten form. Make it as easy as possible for them to read it and understand it. Yes, canceled show articles might help, like a flyer or something that the venue sent out to people who had purchased tickets or emails about the show getting canceled. That could help. In Donovan, if they disqualify the payments, but it isn't fraud, then we can bank on having to pay back the 2021 payments, not pay the 2020 payments. No, if they find something that would make the claim completely ineligible, they could in the future go back and disqualify the 2020 payments as well, unfortunately. But, if it wasn't fraud, then so if it's not fraud, but you actually owe the EDD back the money, if it's not fraud, it just usually means that they won't add a penalty to the payments. Because there's up to a 30% penalty if they determine the claim was fraudulent. Because I really, even though I want you to be prepared, I want you to try not to worry. Also, if your claim was not fraudulent, I would recommend trying to appeal or at least asking for an overpayment waiver. Okay, Nora, on my unemployment, it said I still have $5,000 left for my regular W 2. So the thing is, you can have a claim balance left. A lot of people had like thousands and thousands of dollars, like more than $5,000 left on their claim. But if you were on a PEUC extension, the extension ended the week ending September 4th. Some people were eligible for one extra week of Fed Ed that would have taken them to the week ending September 11th. PUA claims, which we're talking about right now, those all also ended September 4th. And the only people whose claims continued past that is if you actually qualified for a whole new claim. And to qualify for a whole new claim, you would have needed some attachment to the workforce since filing your original claim, or people who got a specific letter saying that they qualified for a deferred new claim. Otherwise, you don't have access to your claim balance. That essentially is forfeited and it gets returned to the federal government. So, if you were on the PEUC extension and you never got the DNCP notice, deferred new claim payment notice, if you didn't qualify, if you didn't qualify for a new claim after the extension ended, and if you didn't qualify for a new claim when your original benefit year ended, then you don't get to draw down your claim balance. You don't get to access the rest of that. And I'm so sorry. I know that's not what you want to hear. Michelle, I spoke with EDD Tier 2 rep this morning. He's so professional and friendly. I told him that I received an appeal letter and I have additional documents to turn in. Well, what did he say after that? Did he tell you how you could send in those additional documents? Definitely you can send them in with the appeal, but did he like upload? I'm trying to find out if the EDD reps can reload the button so that you guys can add more documents if you need to. I'm gonna take a drink. That means it's a good opportunity to like the video. I'm drinking, you guys know that I like apple cider. So this is like a kombucha. And it's got all kinds of like inspirational quotes on the side. It says, "What are you grateful for today?" I'm grateful for you guys. I'm grateful that I can try and answer your questions. But yeah, it's like an apple cider, wintry fall kombucha. I'm gonna take a drink of it. You guys like the video. Oh, Congo Bentity says all of my disqualification changed to paid after my second call that I spoke to a tier 2 rep. Do you think the EDD sent out a denial letter before I made the second call? Yes, I do. Now that you gave me that piece of information, I do think that it wouldn't hurt to call to confirm and say, "Hey, I already spoke to a tier 2 rep. They fixed it. My payments say paid. Do they still say paid?" That would also be a good sign. But just say, "I'm really worried because I did get the denial letter in the mail." Just say, "Do you know if now, since it's been fixed, I will also receive the letter that says, if I'll receive a new letter that says I met the requirements?" It would make me feel better if you got that letter after getting the denial letter. That's what I would expect to happen. But all of this is new, so I don't know. I think it's a good sign if they still say paid. And yeah, it's possible that that letter just crossed in the mail, that they already like had that letter like in the outgoing mail pile. I certainly don't think that someone like is going and pulling out those letters from the outgoing mail pile. It's possible they had already put it in the mail before you made the call. I think it's going to be a really good sign if it still says paid, but it would make me feel better once you actually have the letter in your hands that say that you do meet those requirements. Mel, In the affidavit, should we explain the other documents we were sending or write a separate? I would just do it in, I haven't heard back from my EDD rep, unfortunately. I gotta reach out to him again. I think I would just do it in the affidavit. So maybe right under where you explain it, again, one simple sentence. I am also enclosing a flyer from a canceled show that we were going to play at, or a canceled show where we were going to be the wardrobe assistant or the stylist for. I am also including an email notifying me that one of the shows I was supposed to be working at got canceled, and I am also enclosing a receipt for a guitar or a microphone or a special hair dryer or whatever that is, that was purchased for so that I could do that work. Whatever those are, I would write one sentence about what you're sending. I think normally you write, like, if the email is gonna be page 2, so the affidavit's gonna be page 1, right? You might wanna label that in the bottom right-hand corner. Page 1, let's say the email is page 2, so you would say page 2 is a flyer that the show is canceled. Page 3 is a email from one of my bandmates or one of the people I was going to work with on this tour. Page 4 is a receipt so that they know, and then try and label the pages. Also, it wouldn't hurt to put your name on each of those pages just in case like the EDD like loses them. Like they print them and lose them. If it's all in one email, they shouldn't lose them, but I don't know. Keep it simple, but also include as much information as possible. Just like the EDD, it's clear as mud. I'm sorry. I wish I had better, clearer answers for you guys. Scotty, still a manager at Chuck E. Cheese full-time, but working an office job and a boba shop. Thinking of just staying at the boba shop since I just got a key to the store with more responsibilities. Here's my advice for you working multiple jobs, right? Because I've seen this happen. Because I've only heard about the Chuck E. Cheese job, right? And you've had that one for a while. Sometimes when you start a new job, everything seems like really great and like really wonderful. But is the boba shop, are they struggling to even keep their doors open? Like, look at the business, look at which one seems like it's the most likely to survive. Because I think businesses are still like bouncing back. Not all businesses are back to their pre-pandemic levels. Figure out if there's high staff turnover, like just kind of like feel it out, but not like super quickly. Like as long also, I'm a fan of like the multiple jobs and the multiple side hustles. But there's got to be a work-life balance, or at least try to have a work-life balance. Make sure that you're have enough time for yourself. Maybe tell them that you need a day off. Do you have vacation time yet at Chuck E. Cheese? Um, Try and do the 3 jobs for as long as possible. Save and or invest as much as you possibly can. Um, but give each of the jobs, like, try and stay at least 3 months. I know 3 months is probably like, "Shelly, don't tell me to work 3 jobs for 3 months," but I kind of am, because that will give you, like, a better sense of how it really operates versus, like, if you've only been at a new job for, like, 2 weeks, it might seem like all sunshine and roses, and then maybe the district manager comes to do a walkthrough of the store, and they have a really bad temper, or, like, it's the honeymoon period of the new job. So just and make sure that the hours are gonna be the same. Are the hours the same in the summer or in the winter, Just I wanna make sure that you're truly leaving for a better opportunity before you leave the job you're at. But I believe in you, and I believe that you'll make whatever you want work. So, you do you, and I'm rooting for you, but to have the best job possible. Okay, and I'm rooting for all of you. Okay. Um, Annie's saying that, "Hi and thank you." You're so welcome, and Annie's reminding everybody to like the video. In Donovan, how do I get in contact with a tier 2? So you have to just call the regular EDD number, and then from there, you need to ask to speak to a tier 2 rep. Be prepared to hold for like be prepared to be on the phone all day. I'm talking like 4 hours. I have my claimer link up above. If you don't want to use them, because it just discounts it the first time you use them to $14.99. After that, it's $19.99. The best times to call the EDD are still going to be Tuesday through Saturday, 8 a.m. to like 8:30 a.m., and then from 2:30 to about 4 p.m. They're still open from 8 a.m. to 8 p.m. every day right now, all 7 days a week. But Sunday, there's rumors that the tier 2 reps don't work. Monday's a hard day to get through because everybody just certified on Sunday and they're not calling on Sunday because they don't know if tier 2 reps work. So Tuesday through Saturday, but don't call after 4 because you might need to hold like an hour. Even with Claimer, you still have to do all the hold time yourself. So the first time you call and you talk to a tier 1 rep, you might hold for 2 hours or 1 hour, but then you might hold for 3 to speak to the tier 2 rep, and you need to make sure all that hold time is done and that you still have a little time to talk to the rep. So I actually don't recommend calling after 4 p.m. But you can call on a Saturday. It's a lot. Okay. Mel. Oops, I lost my place. Hi, Joseph. Your girlfriend is good friends with the CEO and founder of the kombucha that I'm drinking. We always have them in stock. Do you like them? I don't like all of them. I really like this one though. This one is so good. The apple cidery one is amazing. Like they could free sponsorship. It's GT's Synergy Raw Kombucha. They sell them in Whole Foods. They also sell them. They sell these like everywhere now, but I get mine at Trader Joe's. I like the watermelon one, which was like sold out for a while. Watermelon one. Okay, I think I like them all. I like watermelon. I don't like the pineapple one. I think it's the pineapple with the kombucha mix that I don't like though, not the actual brand or anything wrong with them. So yeah, I like the watermelon one. I like the mango one. I like the trilogy. I like most of them, but not. There's a few that I don't like. The pineapple one's one of them. And I normally like pineapple things, which is why I bought that. I was like, oh, this is going to be good. And then something about the mix didn't. But yeah. So tell your girlfriend to tell the GTs people. And this is a really nice little quote on the side about, and there's a lot, but it also at the very bottom says, what are you grateful for today? And so it's a nice little reminder to be grateful because I forget that sometimes. Okay. Anyway. Oh, glitter. I have reassessment forms to fill out. What are those? Those are possibilities for you getting more money. Please fill those out. Please, 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 please fill those out. And Mel, I haven't heard back from my rep. Maybe they're like annoyed by my affidavit video because I don't know. I don't know why I haven't heard back from them. Maybe because I emailed them on a Sunday. Anyway, Nora, I did qualify for a new claim, and in September, I did not receive any more payments. When I talked to Tier 2 back in July, and then my claim, I don't have this button to certify at all. Nora, that's so weird. Please email your assembly member. A lot of people were having trouble with not having the certification button come back on their account, but when they called, the reps were able to go ahead and add that button back. So I'm not sure why the reps that you're speaking with aren't able to do that if you qualified for a new claim. And yeah, Glitter Steffi. So the PUA reassessment form, that's for people who may have had weeks of PUA that were denied to them. So you might have old weeks. So PUA isn't coming back, but this reassessment might mean that during the weeks that you were getting benefits, you may have had some weeks that weren't paid or ineligible or disqualified or any number of those things where you didn't get paid for those weeks. The reassessment is supposed to kind of like open those weeks back up so that you would get paid for those weeks if they now find out that you're eligible. Michelle, he told me to go ahead and submit in additional documents along with the appeal letter. He also wants me to keep a copy for my record. That's really good advice that I have not mentioned. Try and make a copy. Well, I guess you don't email it. Maybe email yourself a copy of what you sent to the EDD, or make a little favorites folder in your phone if you're taking pictures and submitting documents. That way you have it in one place. Maybe send yourself an email with everything that you uploaded and the date that you uploaded it, just so that if they say they didn't get it, be like, well, I emailed it to myself on Monday, December 13th. I sent myself a copy and this is everything that it should have included. Would you like me to forward that to you? Do you have an email I can send that to? It's always a good idea to keep a copy for yourself as well. I would probably even send that certified mail, since it's no longer just a computer upload where you're going to get like an instant confirmation. I probably would spend the extra to send it certified mail. Yeah. Okay. Anne says, if I put gross and not net, but I receive the minimum 167, would I be issued an overpayment? Only if they totally find out that you were not eligible at all for your PUA claim. Then potentially they could. Okay. Kango Bentity, you got to try and like spell that out how I'm supposed to say that. We'll call the EDD again tomorrow and keep me updated. I'm so sorry that that's the advice. You guys, I painted my nails for Christmas. What do we think? I did it myself. It's weird. This is supposed to be gold on the fingertips. Sometimes I get distracted on these Monday nights Q&As. I should use my little multitask guy. This is I had somebody create like custom emojis for my channel that no one ever uses. It's only for channel members and I guess me. But that one's me winking, being like, I can multitask. Unless you're a potential employer, and then there's no winky, then I can just multitask. I totally am not great at multitasking. Okay, anyway. Ooh, Mexico Vacation House. That sounds amazing. The movies are not busy on Monday. Come on a Monday or a Wednesday. Those are the least busy days. I'm answering random questions as I scroll back up. Okay, Tian says, so once you get the notice that the document is submitted meet the legal requirements, that means you're good, right? It should mean you're good. Yes. That should mean that they don't need any other information from you. I hate to say like it totally means you're good because it's the EDD and like sometimes they say things and then they need something else. But that should mean you're finally done with all this and can put it behind you and keep that letter, please. Please don't throw that letter away that says you meet the requirements. Hang on to that. Also, none of us are totally done with the EDD because it's tax season coming up. And unfortunately, I have not heard anything about them forgiving any of our 2021 unemployment tax money. As a matter of fact, even if you selected to have taxes withheld, you don't pay taxes on unemployment in the state of California, but you do pay federal taxes. So you don't pay state tax, but you pay federal tax. And even if you check that box to withhold taxes, they weren't able to withhold the 10% from the $300. So we may owe 10% on all the weeks we got the extra $300. And for some of us who went back to work, once you make above $10,000 total in net income, though, after your adjusted gross income, then you start paying a higher tax percentage. So it's possible that some of us received enough money that we're going to owe even more taxes on, like more than 10%. So just kind of be prepared for that. Do try and save some money aside in case you guys owe this year, since they're not even talking about that. I've heard forgiving that first $10,200 in taxes like they did for the tax year of 2020. So again, if you're going to be saving the money anyway, even if you're going to withdraw it to pay taxes, why not put it in Yada? Because they have a $10 million prize. No one's won that. I always have that linked in the description above and in the chat in the description below. Michelle, they still say paid. Submitted an affidavit on 11/12/2021. Is that a good sign? Also received a 1099 in your inbox. Is that the tax one already? I wonder if they can send us our taxes. No. I'm confused about why they'd be sending the 1099 now. Normally they send those in January unless they somehow know like, oh, this person isn't getting benefits anymore. But how do they know you're not going to get any benefits these last few weeks? Okay, Nancy, hi, good to see you. You received your PUA as self-employed with a job offer that fell through because of the virus. I'm a nanny and the job offer was someone that doesn't live in the state anymore. Yes. So if you have any emails from that person saying, hey, I've moved, I don't need your services anymore, or hey, I don't want an outsider in my house and I don't want to bring my child to your house anymore because, we're quarantining, we're on a stay-at-home order. If you have any emails that would help substantiate But if you just can't get any, here's the thing, here's why I made the video on making the affidavit. If you don't have anything, sending in the affidavit is better than sending nothing. But the affidavit is kind of like it's the least favorable option, but if it's your only option, that's why I made the video on how to write it. But really try to do the affidavit along with any other information you have. Even if you can screenshot text messages between you and the person you were going to be a nanny for, um, that also shows the dates that they're asking for, that would be helpful. Thank you, Moontime. Annie, you'll send you your card when you finally get your business going. You're a homeopath and starting a financial consulting and investing company for Spanish-speaking people or any interested in investing. I think that is a wonderful idea, and I think you should start a YouTube channel if you haven't already. I think there's a big need, both here in California and in Mexico, for more finance channels. So yeah, I think that's a wonderful idea. And I think we have to get more people investing, especially people of color investing, and representation matters. And I think that that's wonderful. So, and you're a female, so you go, and that's really, really, really awesome. Okay, Debbie. Oh yeah, we did that one. Are the movies busy on Monday? No, Mondays and Wednesdays are the slow times at the movies. Thursdays are always busy because they used to open movies on Friday, and now they just open them on Thursdays for the most part. Yeah, best time to call the EDD is in the morning. Press 2 and ask for a tier 2 rep. Thank you for that tip. Not all of them are good. Is that about the reps? Not all of the reps are good. Has anyone received a disqualified letter hard copy in the mail? It sounds like someone earlier did. And Michelle, different Michelle N, you're welcome. Guys, my legal name is also Michelle, so I'm technically Michelle Millions, MM. My last name's not actually Millions. Jenny's last name is actually Silver, which is cool. And my mom's name is Jenny with a J, which is like so crazy. Like me and Jenny both, her actual last name has to do with like currency, and my channel name is Millions. Like I just think that's like, it's interesting and it's kind of awesome. And then my mom's name is Jenny with a J, and she's Jenny with a GI. And her book is on sale on Amazon, and I've got the link pinned at the top of the chat. JR. I'll scroll back up in a second. Roxanne, they were issued December 2019, but you were unable to start subbing as planned. And I've lost my place. You're welcome, Mel. Thank you for stopping in tonight, and I hope that you're good to go. I feel like you will be, because you're going to submit lots of extra documents. George says, EDD is asking for documents from 2019 to March of 2020. No work in 2019. Started self-employment in February of 2020 until March. Have a tax return with Schedule C for 2020. Will that be enough? So really it should be. But also in your case, even though you're going to send in the tax return, I would explain that in an affidavit type letter. Just like basically the sentence that you said to me, include so the affidavit, we're going to go through that again really quick, you guys. It's super quick. So you're going to title it like affidavit of proof of self-employment for the EDD, affidavit of I'm Shelly's Millions. So you'll put your name. Craft a statement of identity. My name's Shelly's Millions. I'm 44. I reside on Millionaires Lane, Los Angeles, California. Step 3, write a statement of truth. I, Shelly's Millions, swear that this is the truth to the best of my knowledge. Step 4 is state the facts. Keep them really simple. So you're going to say, you asked me for documents between February of from 2019 to March of 2020. I don't have those documents ready, but I was beginning my business in February of 2020 until March. I filed my tax returns for 2020, and here is that Schedule C, which does include the time period that you're asking for. And if you have anything else within the actual dates that they're asking for, you're going to want to submit those receipts and everything as well. But if you can't, then step 5 is again state your name and that you're telling the truth to the best of your knowledge, and then you're going to sign that. I would include a blurb about why you're sending them that information. Roxanne, I skipped the beginning of your question. Shoot, I skipped some questions. Okay, give me a second. I'm going to scroll back up. JR, your question was at 9:32. Okay, what did I miss at 9:32? Scrolling. You know what? I did that thing. JR, EDD is asking, okay, got it. EDD is asking for the documents from 1/1/19 to 3/10 of 2020. I didn't work in 2019. I began self-employment in February of 2020. I have a tax return in Schedule C for 2020. Will that be enough? I would at least explain why you're sending the tax return from 2020. And if you have anything else, anything that you purchased, any business plan, anything from the dates that they're asking for, I would try and include that too. But I would include a little statement, just like you told me down below, about why you're sending that document. To me, that would clear everything up. That was really clear. Even just the little, it only allows you 200 characters to type on this chat. And that was immediately clear to me. But it's the EDD. So I can never, I don't know what they're thinking. I don't know who's reading that. But if you explain why you're sending the tax documents from 2020 instead of the tax documents from 2019, because really the tax document from 2020 covers January, February, March of 2020, which are the dates that they're asking for. So, but I would just include a little sentence spelling it out for them because it's the EDD and they need that extra help. Uh-oh. Okay, Mel's, have I seen the Lucy movie? I haven't. Oh, she's up for an award, which the Golden Globes got announced today. I haven't seen it yet. Prince, you haven't missed too much. We're just talking about some people are starting to get their letters that they've been approved for, that their documents that they sent in met the requirements and that they were approved. Other people are starting to see some payments switch to disqualified. We're kind of going over what you need to submit. Roxanne, what in the heck was the first part of your question? Oh, you went through Johnny, I don't know a lot about SDI. Here's the questions that I missed, I think. I don't know a lot about SDI. My mom has had to apply for it. One of my employees is needing it. Hopefully he's doing okay. I do know that sometimes they deny you the first time and you have to appeal it. And sometimes they deny the appeal and then you have to appeal it again. They really seem to make you work for that. But yeah. Okay. And then Roxanne, what was issued? Shoot. I definitely missed the first part of your question, Roxanne. If you want to try and type that again, I would appreciate that. Yeah, sorry. I lost my place a little bit, and I was looking for the beginning of Roxanne's question. You went through your emails and found an email of issuance for your sub-teaching permit, and my tummy just made like a crazy noise, and DOJ clearance. Would it be best to submit both along with my affidavit? They were issued December of 2019, but I was unable to start subbing as planned in 2020. Yes, and I would include just that sentence as well to them in the affidavit. Hey, these are from 2019. I was going to start subbing in 2020. Maria, my friend wants to know, she's getting unemployment now. Will she get an extension when her money runs out? No, unfortunately, once the money runs out, there aren't any more available extensions right now. So once her claim balance reaches 0, she won't even be able to apply until her current benefit year is over. For a lot of people, that's well into the year 2022. And even then, to qualify for a new claim, you would need to have some attachment to the workforce since initially filing the original claim and have enough earnings to qualify for a new claim as well. Mel, if someone bought a computer for self-employed during the pandemic last year, should we include it with the affidavit? Not necessarily, because they're not unless that would I feel like your case is good enough. I don't know. Because yours was for going on tour. So for me on YouTube, I wrote off the laptop that I'm streaming from right now because I needed it for editing. I needed it for better streaming. My old laptop was not very good. Like it was overheat when I would try and stream. And I really do just use this for YouTube. It sits here and doesn't do anything um, but work. I did notice that my boss tried to call me on there. So, but it's exclusively used for work. The tax people need to know that, but I don't think the EDD needs to know that. I'm not sure that purchasing a computer for work would help your claim. Ba, 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 ba. Glitter Stuffy, the EDD rep did find weeks that I didn't get to certify because the bottom wasn't there. I got paid for that, and now I have to do more reassessment weeks. I'm scared to use the money they gave me. So, it's never a bad idea to kind of save it. And again, just save it in Yada Bank if you can. Wait till those are for sure switched to paid. 10. So the payment for 2021 have to be paid back at tax times, even though they accept the documents. No, sorry, that's something totally separate that I was talking about. I just kind of switched topics a little bit. Um, I just kind of switched topics a little bit to paying taxes. You don't necessarily, if they accept your documents, you don't owe your payments back to anyone if they accept your documents. However, even though we all might, depending on our individual tax situations, owe some money back to the federal government in the form of taxes. But like 10% on $1,000 is only $100. So I need to do the math on how many weeks everybody got that $300 for. And Annie, you're super shy. That's why you love seeing me. I'm good in front of the camera. I've always been a bit of a talker. I used to like acting on stage, but anybody can do it. Like you can get comfortable on camera. Jenny Silver says that she didn't like being on camera at first. She was kind of used to being behind the camera. And she says she doesn't like having all the attention focused on her, but look how amazing she is. Like, if you could, or find maybe you could be the behind the camera person, and maybe you have a friend that wants to be the in front of the camera person to talk about finance. Either way, I'm sure you're going to be successful. Good night, Debbie. Thank you for the cute little emojis. I will be on next Sunday. So basically in the affidavit, include every other document you're submitting. I would, so that they kind of know like what it is or like why you're sending it. So my person that just sent in like their business license, they didn't send in any kind of statement with it. Like, so the EDD got the business license, even though they should know, hey, this is to provide proof of work. They didn't. If that person would have done an affidavit and said, I am also to further validify my claim, I am submitting my business license that I applied for before the pandemic to be a real estate agent or whatever his situation was. That might have helped, like I would put that in the affidavit, but just like one little sentence about what each additional thing is. Apex Predator, what do I send in if I started working on cash prior to the pandemic? So like a business plan or any emails from any clients that canceled with you, anything that you like, even if you purchase something with cash, you might have a receipt somewhere for it. If anybody Venmoed you or you Venmoed anybody, you would try and send that, or the affidavit trying to kind of explain what you did in cash. Okay, Debbie's leaving and left me fun Christmas emojis, so thank you for that. Okay, Mel, you heard my tummy. It was so loud. Anyway, I don't know what that was. Maybe it's the kombucha, like, doing its thing. It aids in digestion. Sorry. Okay, okay. Oh, I skipped Melissa's at 9:17. I will scroll back up. Melissa, if you wanna just ask it again, that might be easier. I am gonna start wrapping it up on questions. D, I was notified today that the documents I submitted were accepted and no further action was required on my part after filing an appeal. Does that mean I won my appeal? It sounds like it, so thank you for that. Mel, thank you for the donation. You didn't have to do that, but I do really, really appreciate it. Hi, Jeff. Okay. Wahiba says You slept at 7 PM, you wake up and it's raining hard in San Francisco. I love rainy days and you love me. I love rainy days too. It's not raining here in Los Angeles though. Maricela, is my tax return of 2019 and 2020 enough to prove self-employment? It should, although I'm gonna say that a lot of people, well, not a lot, but some people have submitted their taxes and they're still getting messages that that wasn't sufficient. So I would write a statement kind of explaining what's in your taxes. Just so, look at my Schedule C, or this is because of X, Y, and Z. I would spell it out for them why you're sending those. Okay, I am gonna scroll up at 9:17, Melissa, but if you're still in here, go ahead and re-ask your question. And I'm so sorry, I don't know why it's because I lose my place. 9:17. Oh, Melissa, do I happen to know if you get your disqualified? Oh, Melissa, I did get to yours. I ramble on, so maybe you missed it. So I'm happy to share with you again. If your disqualified payments get granted, will you still receive the additional $300 payments that were included? Your unemployment was disqualified in December of 2020. You are supposed to get the extra $300 weekly payments. I don't know if those will come at the same time. Um, I don't know if you'll get them without fighting for them. Like, you may need to have your assembly member help you actually get sent those payments, but I don't know. Mel, I saw, oh wait, tomorrow is Tuesday. I'm crazy. But let me see here. I don't think it's, it says it's going to rain at 1 a.m., 2 a.m., 3 a.m., 4 a.m. Now it's saying it's going to rain. Oh, today and Tuesday, and tomorrow's Tuesday, and then maybe next Tuesday and Wednesday. I do love the rain. Jeff, come to our Christmas party. Send me the details. When is it? I'm probably working. How long for a decision after a phone interview? Isaac, yours is going to be my last question today. Thank you, Tian, for saying Jenny and I are the best. She is amazing. She is still cranking out really great videos really frequently. And she wrote a children's book that I've got linked up above. House of Gucci with Lady Gaga is supposed to be really good. I'm not caught up on movies. I wanted to see something over the Thanksgiving Day weekend. But my best friend and my mom didn't want to see any. My mom was straight up like, seeing a movie at your house is the same. And I was like, it's actually not, but all right, you stick in the mud. There's a Taco Bell board game. We played the Taco Bell board game. And Jeff, if Rebecca and I were still going to Burning Man, we would for sure have I would for sure be bringing the Taco Bell board game to our Burning Man camp. Okay. Send me the details of your Christmas party. I'm probably working. You got to let me know like a month in advance if you want me to go to anything up north. I would love to come. Okay. So, Isaac, how long after a decision after a phone interview? They should send you something in the mail within 10 days about the decision, but the payments might not change by then. Okay, Mel, I didn't know there was a Lucy movie out. I have to check that out. Okay, it's called Being the Ricardos, and I shouldn't share this because I totally want you guys to see it on the big screen, but it is I'll check my phone, Jeff. But Being the Ricardos is going to be on Amazon Prime really soon. But you should totally see it in the theater, because I don't know about you guys. This is why theaters are going to survive, right? Somebody asked me this the other day, because while I'm at home, I keep checking my phone while I'm trying to watch a movie. But if I go see it in the theater, like, I am not going to take my phone out. So it's better to see it in the theater because you're not going to be as distracted. Michelle, I think one person said that they got a denial letter, is what they called it, in the mail that was in the chat tonight. But I think for the most part, there's a lot of people that aren't, that haven't received notification one way or another. So that's way more common, is that people haven't heard back about the status of their documents than people that haven't. And Nancy, okay, your question's really going to be the last one. And then Jeff, I will respond right away. I'll look at the dates, but probably not going to be able to go because the movie theater is soup. Don't go on Christmas, guys. Everybody does that. They open presents, then they don't want to talk to their families. And so they want to hang out with them, but not have to actually interact with them. So they all do that at the movie theater. Movies are very busy on Christmas. So Melissa, they should be. So I did yours. They really should include those extra $300 payments when they award your disqualified weeks, when they switch them to paid and let you know that you qualify. But it's the EDD. So I don't know if it's going to be easy. I don't know if those will come at the same time as your regular weekly benefit amount. And it wouldn't surprise me if you needed to like involve your assembly member to like claw your extra $300 weekly benefit amount out of them. I believe that they should pay you that, but it may take a lot of work on your part. Please pursue that though, because it's going to be a lot of extra money, right? That's a whole heck of a lot of money from December to potentially September. Like that's almost a whole year of $300. So please pursue that. It is my understanding that they're supposed to pay that to you once they award you your claim, once they get that all cleared up, but you might need to pursue it. Nancy says, if I can find the phone number of the job offer, can I recreate a job offer letter? They were going to move here to California from Oklahoma, and I was going to work for them. That fell through with the pandemic. So what I would do is I would call them and ask them, say, hey, are you willing to write this letter for me? If you find that phone number, I would recommend calling that employer and saying, hey, would you mind putting this on company letterhead and signing it for me? Excuse me, because offers of employment, it is better if it comes from the person who is going to employ you versus if you just write the affidavit yourself. And yes, Melissa, you're welcome. And okay, Marissa, I'm going to do yours, and that's got to be the last one. Okay. Do I know if after these documents that they are requesting is over and they're going to be requesting anything else in the future? I'm hoping to be done with the EDD after this. This should be it. This should be the last piece that they're asking for from you. With that said, once tax time rolls around, we're all going to need to probably log on to our UI Online accounts and either download our 1099 from the EDD, or we're going to need to get that in the mail. So we are going to have to include that on our federal taxes when we fill those out. So we're at least going to still need to log on to our UI Online accounts again. We won't totally be done with EDD, I would say, until our taxes are done this year. And once our taxes are done for 2021 in 2022, then we should really be done with all of this EDD nonsense. Okay, Tanisha, I'm on an appeal after emailing the assemblyman. I still haven't heard anything back since October. So with the appeals, and I don't love to tell you this, the appeal process is a really long process, and it's common to not have your appeal date yet. They are about 6 months behind on appeals, and that was actually the last time I checked. Hopefully they haven't fallen more behind. I would maybe email the assembly member again and just say, hey, thank you for helping me. I haven't heard anything from the EDD about my appeal. Are you able to check the status of that for me? And I would think that you would have actually better luck getting your assembly member to respond to you than the EDD. You can try calling the EDD, but since it sounds like your assembly member is helping you, I would just continue on that route. Plus, like if you call the EDD, it's going to be like he said, she said. It's harder to document. If you've got your assembly member's email, I would get in contact with them and see if they have any new information for you. Okay, guys, please check out the link above to get Jenny Silver's book. Let me know if you have questions about Yada Bank or Webull or any of the stuff that I genuinely love to promote. Jeff, I'll let you know about the Christmas party. I have a feeling I'm working. You guys got to let me know like a month in advance about that kind of stuff. And thank you guys so much for watching. Yeah. Yeah, Claimer really works. It really works. One time I used them on a Sunday just to like test it out, and I got a call back within 5 minutes, and I was like, whoa, buddy. I was like, Claimer, could you please, like, I wish that there was a button on Claimer that was like, start the call now, because I wasn't ready. Like, I had no idea that it would ring back that fast. So Claimer, they dial the EDD for you. I think most of you guys have used them or but just in case you don't, they dial the EDD for you. Once the line connects, they ring back on your phone and they don't listen in or anything. I don't know how they drop off the call, but like I trust them as much as you can trust like any place that you're filling in your credit card information online. They try and keep that secure. Um, but yeah, they'll call you right back, and I was not ready to get that call back right then. And of course, if you somehow do miss the call back or you're disconnected or anything, you get 10 free calls back, like, within 48 hours. So you do have to pay, which I'll be honest, I don't love, but it works, and I love that. So it takes the stress out of, like, redialing. Plus, like, when I'm holding, you can just hold and go on about your business, but, like, if you're dialing, like, that's, like, an active thing, especially since you have to push all those buttons. Like, I do really like Claimer. I think it's a worthwhile service. Um Carlos, your wife just uploaded the photos of the tax returns, all related with her sole proprietor and some logo registry. That should be good. And hopefully they hear that. Your hairstylist just got her appeal. Okay. So did she get a denial? Nancy, you get them to write a job offer letter and sign it. If they do that, would I need to do the affidavit or should I do it also? I would include some statement for you that says something like you asked for proof of documentation that I had a job offer. Originally, the offer came via phone, not anything I had in writing. I was able to contact the employer, and they drafted the original. They are sending me a copy of our original employment agreement. I am including that on page 2 of this document. I would say something like that. So it doesn't necessarily have to be like the affidavit, but I would include something short and to the point, and it can be the affidavits. The affidavits can be pretty short and to the point as well, that spells it out for them why you're sending the document that you're sending. That would be what I would do. And then also someone pointed out earlier, like send a copy to yourself. Okay. Nancy, write the affidavit as well. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, it's not gonna hurt, right? Um, and they responded in 1 day. Yeah. Okay. All right. Uh-oh, Tanisha, what am I serious about? Did I give bad advice? Yes. About the 6 months for an appeal. I wish I was joking, but I'm not. It shouldn't take 6 months to get your appeal date, but the date of your appeal could be 6 months from when you filed the appeal. And yeah, your assembly member should respond, like, right away. Oh, that's amazing, Mel. That makes me so happy. I'm glad for your hairdresser. Super, super awesome. Okay, you guys, I'm gonna take off for the night. Thank you guys so much for watching Shelly's Millions. I'll see you for sure next Sunday at 11 AM. Have a great night. That seemed weird. I don't know what I'm doing. I need to end this. Ah!